Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. I just did some pretty major setup upgrades. I got this 6600 XT and that MSI 144Hz monitor right behind me. So I guess today we're going to see how well the Ryzen 7 1700 can run games at 144 FPS in 2021. Alright, and just going over the specs of the PC I'm using to test this quick, we of course have the Ryzen 7 1700, which I did overclock to 3.7 GHz. I think that's just kind of a pretty achievable overclock for any of these chips. And then for the motherboard, I have the Gigabyte ARS AX370 Gaming K5 running the latest BIOS version of F50D. For RAM, I have 16 gigabytes, G-Skill Rickjaws 5, running at 2666 CL16. I have tried like 3032 megahertz RAM in this PC, but the Ryzen 1700, these like original release ones, will not really go faster than 2666 for the most part. And then the solid temperatures are great on it, stays below 70 degrees in the games. And then for the GPU, of course, we have the Power Color Hellhound 6600 XT. Alright, so just quickly going over how I'm testing, I'm using the max settings possible in each game while keeping the GPU usage under 100%. I tried to keep it for the most part under 70%. It does spike up close to 90% in some of the games, but we never really see it hit 100, which means that the CPU is pushing out as many frames as it can, and that's showing the maximum performance of this CPU. I will have it shown for each of the benchmarks what settings we're using and the render resolution, even though that shouldn't affect CPU usage. So this CPU should be able to get the same frame rates in 1440p and 4K as long as your GPU is powerful enough. Anyways, with that out of the way, let's get into the benchmarks.
No, you don't. One enemy remaining. One enemy remaining.
That's done. I'll spike carry on. I have a boost this fight.
One enemy remaining. 30 seconds left. One enemy remaining. Spike down B. One enemy remaining.
Okay, so the Ryzen 7 1700 definitely still has what it takes to game in 2021. In most games, you were seeing above 100 FPS, which is pretty great, and then in those competitive esports games, it was pushing past 144. I would definitely recommend putting a overclock on it. The CPU, actually, back when I was using the Wraith Prism or whatever the stock cooler is. Back when I was using that, I was actually running this CPU at 3.8 gigahertz, and then when I got this new 6600 XT, since this GPU is so quiet, I just wanted my whole system to be quieter, so I dropped it down to 3.7, which is a great compromise because you can usually run that at pretty close to stock voltage. Um, Other than that, really, the Ryzen 1700 at 1080p can still max out the 6600 XT at really mostly high settings. It can max out this GPU, so you'd definitely be good still pairing this with a 6600 XT or RTX 3060. If you would want to be running at 1440p or 4K, you could probably do a 3060 Ti, but I'd recommend sticking to the 6600 XT or 3060. This CPU, I feel like, is going to be one of those CPUs that stays relevant for gaming for like 8 years. It still feels like insanely fast, pushing, well, 144 hertz in most games, and honestly, that's all you'd ever need. So I'm planning to run this CPU for another few years, and I guess, doesn't feel any slower than when I got it about a year ago. So anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please smash that like and subscribe button. When we hit 100 subscribers, I'm going to be giving away something. It's probably going to be like a $10 Amazon gift card, but just wanted to say thanks for supporting the channel, and I'll have a video coming out on how you can be entered in that. Anyways, please like and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next video.